When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Cornhuskers will put total weather to crank us up. Fielded in the end zone. It's Graham. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the gun, running back gets to give. Past the first down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
The Buckeyes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. He might want another play. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Got the quick pass. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. From the gun to give, looking for room. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Power football with the run. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Throws to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. So now the offense is going to have to regroup. A turnover on the first drive of the game can bruise that confidence a little bit.
No doubt about it. It's so hard as an offense to create any momentum and get any confidence early when you turn it over at this juncture in the game. You're just trying to kind of feel out this defense, and you're formatting them, and you're trying different play calls to set things up for later. But when you turn it over on the first drive, it's hard to get that momentum started.
Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's key.
I love that play call. And quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Keeps it on the draw. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Huskers want to crank the tempo. When you're called Corn Huskers, you're like a big red thrashing machine, and you're going to get it done on the ground.
Just going to chew up the ground yards. Just going to eat you up, play physical, be different.
In fact, that last run play had on the defense, they had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill, and it opens up a guy up top for the offense. Really nice job setting up that shot play to get an explosive one through the air.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Oh, out of space. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact. Defense in press coverage. They'll give it to Johnson. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And the Huskers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Grabbed over the middle, it's Johnson. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Dances away to buy time. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Absolutely perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll start this drive going to the air. And they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. The sweet feet buy a little time. Touchdown, Huskers! Put it in the window for the score.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. Makes the grab down the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the right. Got his man. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State. Woody Hayes, forward pass, 2 of the 3 things that can happen are bad. Woody had dudes like this, he'd be spinning that magic bean all over this place.
You ain't lying. My, how times have changed. Now it is pass, pass, pass. Find explosive playmakers like this on the outside. Get them the football.
And the Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go right back to it. At the 35, he's loose. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
Listen, I would feed this guy. Listen, I can run RPOs all I want, but I just need to know if it's a tie, give it to this guy. He'll make plays. He's got speed. He'll hit the hole. He's a physical runner, so I'd keep feeding this guy for sure.
The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. The run from the shotgun. Tough sliding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
3rd down, and the Huskers got it in the middle. It's Peoples. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down.
Listen, I know this running back is shifty. I know he's really good in the open field, but that's just asking too much of him at this point. 3rd and long situation. He wasn't going to be able to make that extra guy miss trying to get that 1st down.
Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Quick pass on the fly motion. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and they were lucky that that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, they sure were. These ball carriers have got to know that this defense, they play with so much aggression. They're always trying to get extra hats to the football. You have got to protect this thing at all costs. Lucky that ball rolled out of bounds.
Rides to the back and leaves it on the option. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
They've got a first down here to open the period. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. A strike downfield. The Cornhuskers will hustle to the line.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Breaks the tackle. It's a running room. Touchdown, Nebraska. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for sacks.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Snags a quick pass on the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They'll line up for a second down play. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Here's the pressure. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle boxes, and he can throw it away as long as it got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try the middle. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Buckeyes are on the move.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal for them.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball, no matter how many times they spin the magic beat. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
That is no good. The missed field goal leaves us with a double-digit game still sitting at 10. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. The sure hands, it's Barney. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Finds his big tight end. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
I think the quarterback on that play on third down showing you his maturity and his experience. Nothing open. So you're not going to try to force the ball into coverage, risk turning it over, just throw it out of bounds, live to play another day.
And he missed it. No good. Lead is still at double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Off the play fake on first down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
He wants to go deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Gives it on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Raiola. Get it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
They booted away on 4th down. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. He'll get this drive started from the 29. On the run, it's Peoples. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
That's caught. It's Tate. There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Reads it, fires complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Makes the catch. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Peoples. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
The Buckeyes can really attack on this second and short. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Going to try to get it himself.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athlete.
Fires toward the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to...
Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And that is no good. The missed field goal still leaves us with a double-digit deficit. Still a 10-point game. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. And the Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. Looks like he's going to try to return it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Tight end now in motion. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Oh, they're after him. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this. in this game. And all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Quick strike complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Barney. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. To the air, it's Raiola. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Huskers in the hurry-up.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye D.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it. Recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
It'll be third and long. The snap sets up the throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Johnson. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. That's caught. It's Smith. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Oh, he's got some space. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to a 27.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Takes the handoff. It's Peoples. Wide open spaces. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
The Buckeyes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. The give to the fullback. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Trying to power it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And this offense, you're halfway home. All you got to do is do the same exact thing, Palmer. Fall forward and be physical.
And that's why they practice these goal line situations, right? It's to step up and be physical in moments like this.
To stop him in his tracks.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. Goal line defense, and he gets nothing as he stopped right at the 2. And the Huskers buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. Snags it quickly on the left. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
Pulls it in. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37.
This defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Still looking on the move. On the move to the right, looking for a big one. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Running it to the right. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Rides the back and leaves it. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. DB's right up on the receivers.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the 14.
They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a one-possession lead. Off play action. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Wide receiver going in motion. With the run on first and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Second and goal for this offense. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And the extra point was good. He'll bring it out. It's Graham. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. He hurls one deep down the left side. Pulls in the deep ball. Finds a seam. Touchdown, Ohio State. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
Coming out with it, it's Barney. He gets a block. He's got it out. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to take off. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You can tell, drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off and get what I can get.
Back to throw, it's Sayin. Quarterback moving. He's got him. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Going for the big play. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Second down, he'll throw it. Gets it to it. Going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
They just keep firing. Here comes the heat. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. To the air, it's Sayin. Got his man on the right. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Makes the grab past the marker. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Bringing the heat. He's got it on the run. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Using the quick game. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. And the Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. Zings it complete to the right. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. Finished off by a guy known for catching passes, but he carried it into the end zone. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
They'll move the wide receiver. Dropping back, it's Raiola. He lets it fly. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Tries to do it himself on the draw. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
And a nice job finding my wide receiver. And then how about the wide receiver turning into a running back, getting upfield, getting some positive yards, and getting the first down.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Cornhuskers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Turning on the Jets. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. The defense will take a timeout. 25 seconds left to play.
And down here near the goal line, you got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it for the touchdown, and that one just might do it.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Ohio State!
Well, you get the touchdown, but there's not a lot of time left. So you need to get the onside kick. You may have time for one more play, one shot to throw it in the end zone and somehow see if you can steal this game.
And the point after is good. Can't do it much better than that. Get the kickoff return, take it 98 to the house, and put a touchdown on the board. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you.